what's going on.com here today to talk about magnetism and how it relates to this Smarter Everyday video. Love Smarter Everyday. He collides two vortex rings or two smoke rings, and it shows you a perpendicular output that I believe is heavily related to the toroid of magnetism. So, how magnetism accelerates, how a magnet will accelerate, is by the equation. It's the simplified equation. Acceleration equals angular velocity 1 multiplied by angular velocity prime, or 2. Omega and omega prime are perpendicular to one another, so they're perpendicular rotations. And what I mean by that is there is a rotation in this plane, and also there's a rotation in this plane, and these two are perpendicular. This one and this one are perpendicular to one another. Now going back over to this video, pardon me, I have to clear it off. Going back over to this video, we can see the three-dimensional toroidal helical rotation of a magnet under a ferrocell. So we're looking at its geometry, and you can go look up a ferrocell, and there's plenty of images showing the side views and whatnot, but this is just showing more or less the three-dimensional aspect of the magnet. This is very important. So in this video, I'm going to assume that magnets produce toroidal fields, very similar to a smoke ring. And so if this is the North Pole, say, and we have another North Pole coming to collide together, if there's two magnets right next to each other and they're like this close, and they're North Poles or South Poles, what's going to happen is under the same ferrocell, just like in this ferrocell, under the same ferrocell, I'll zoom in, there is the exact same geometry. It's sort of hard to see. There's some spirograph lines going off like this. But in a perpendicular plane, what this is saying, because the North Poles are going like this, but then in the plane this way, or towards the camera, there is a representative of a normal pole, like an acceleration. So, like a normal pole like this, it looks like this in a perpendicular plane. So this is coming out of the page, and it looks like this. That's very important. So playing this video, this is a slow motion video, when the two collide, this would be symbolic of two magnets placed like this, and then you pulse DC. So when you pulse DC, the two toroidal fields will form, and when they form, they'll collide. So this is pulse DC repulsion going on. So the field expands like that, and then you'll see little rings of toroids all the way around the circumference. And that's in a perpendicular plane. Play that one more time from a different perspective. Here's blue and yellow. The rotations will be such that it will form these perpendicular outputs of toroids, of more fields. So applying this fluid analogy to the ether itself, to magnetism, this is showing what happens when two magnetic fields collide. Or possibly even when two particles collide, that in a perpendicular plane they are emitting radiation. And clearly in a magnetic field, its radiation is a geometric form of radiation, that being a toroid and a vortex like I drew earlier. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. The links will be in the description for all three. Thank you.